And that will actually enable you to work more with your visitors.
Everybody's in the circle. Because President Herbst is going to be speaking. And you're going to have a lot of time to visit and meet and greet after her talk. So we can get everybody in the circle.
Did you want us to sit?
Yes, that's okay. Right up here. This will be good. It feels pretty nice to be close. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Let me tell you all, it is so nice to see all of you. Now, some of you don't know, can somebody turn the sound on? Yes. Some of you may know that last year in October, about this same time, we started our planning for this big event. Glenn was on the committee, Ruth on the committee, others of you, Donald on the committee. And we started, I looked back at my notes last night, and note, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and voila, here we are. And thank you very much. Here we are, and it's been quite a ride, because for me, I'm a University of Connecticut alum. My doctorate is from here. My daughter is a graduate of UConn. I am also faculty, I'm staff, so I wear about all the hats you can wear associated with UConn. And I am so proud of this university, but I'm particularly proud of our esteemed president, Susan Herbst. She has been so amazing here since she came to UConn, and not that long ago, 2011.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, not that long ago. And she hit the ground running in terms of being supportive, not only of the university at large, but also of the work that we do on the fourth floor here at the cultural centers. This work sometimes can be an uphill struggle, if you know what I mean, when you're working with underrepresented communities. And she has been consistent and extraordinary in terms of being in tune to what we have and who we are. Now, people come into the African American Cultural Center and they look around and go like, oh my gosh, this is pretty fancy. And I'm like, yes it is, okay. It's pretty fancy, and we're proud of it because we deserve it. But because of presidents, President Austin before you and President Herbst, we could always use more resources, but you have to say that. But we are just very, 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 very grateful to her as a president. And when I wrote it and said, can you come? And she's like, be right there. And of course, she's right here. So without much further ado, I think I made sure that everybody got to meet her if you haven't met her already, or meet her a second time if you haven't. You greeted her, so now she's going to greet you. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have all these formal remarks, and I'm gonna ditch them, and just speak from the heart about this place that has been just an awesome part of the university. I mean, it's been one of the most welcoming places for me. When I first got here, I think Walina found me pretty early on. Yeah, pretty early on to tell me about what the center means to the campus and what it's meant to so many students. I'm thrilled that so many alumni are here for this weekend, because you guys, you remember the struggle. I mean, it's 50 years old now. That's not that old. And it came up pretty quickly. Our students really need a home. This is a big university, and they need a home, a place where they can feel comfortable. The world's become scary. And okay, so I don't want to frighten the students here too much, but we've had some low points in American history, and I'm a political historian, and I will tell you that the pre-Civil War, the 1850s were definitely the rock bottom, but it feels like we're at some bottom right now, and it really does, and it's pretty worrisome. But I'm very hopeful about this generation of students. Students today, a lot of people are fooled by the fact that they're on their devices all the time. I guess we are too, but they're better at it, and they seem to be plugged in all the time, and lots of times you go around campus, students aren't even looking up and so forth. It doesn't mean they're not engaged with the world, far from it. I mean, I think this generation of students, the students who are in college right now or recently graduated, have a lot of empathy. I mean, it's one of the most outward-looking generations of students that I have had in all my time in higher ed. They're more caring, they're more tolerant, they're more inclusive, and they worry on that stuff. So it ticks me off when people say that students today, they're snowflakes and they need all this comforting, all this kind of thing. And I say, yeah, and we're really proud of that. Because what it means is that they care about people's feelings and they care about people's place in the world and making sure people are included and don't feel discriminated against. So that kind of sensitivity that we get mocked for a lot, I think, in higher education, bring it on. I mean, we like it. We like it a lot. So this center has been vital to so many students, to alumni, and Walina really, make sure to rope you guys in. I know. Also, it's this center is obviously plays a big leadership role on campus, and so many programs, cultural, intellectual, social, and you know all about them. But one of the best things this program does is bring in our MLK speaker every year, and we try to get a big name, and it's a huge crowd, and it really is. It's always a talk that gets talked about. And it's really important for us. I still feel like this campus needs a lot more work on MLK Day. I feel like so many students think it's not for them. I'll just take the long weekend, I won't come back to campus. We usually start classes the day after Martin Luther King Day, and so students aren't always coming back for this great programming that we have. So that's still work the campus has to do, because it's about all of us. It's not just about African American students and faculty. But I was thinking about it a lot, because last year we had Anita Hill here, and boy, that was time. Little did we know, how incredibly timely that would be, and she was tremendous. I mean, you guys have probably seen her on TV and stuff, and she is so. It was very moving and very powerful. I'm really glad the students got to see her in person, given what's going on now with regard to race and gender in the country. So anyway, thanks for being part of this continuing project. It's work that has to be done. And I really hope that our students aren't feeling too worn down by the current political environment, because it will pass, it will change, things will get better, but not without a lot of effort. And the worst thing that can happen is that we get kind of worn down by it and debilitated by it, and oh my God, we can't change it. We have to change it, and it can't be the new normal. And so there's a lot of work to do, and it's got to come from college campuses. It's got to come from this generation, and you've got a lot of students, you get a lot of help and support from alumni, and certainly from people like me and Walina and the faculty. So again, I'm glad to be here. Sorry to ramble on, my thoughts of the day. But the formal speech was good too.
Now we can hear that one.
It was kind of a stand behind the lectern and
Posted.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for being here, and I know that every night you have food like this, right?
We wish.
Yeah. So I think this is dinner for people. So
Right, the dinner's on the other side.
Yeah, make sure you get in there and get fed. And I hope this is a great weekend. And it'll be a real ray of sunshine in what promises to be a big storm tomorrow.
Okay, fine. We're someone that's just flying right over the room. We'll get us.
So from Colorado, where are you staying? Are you staying on campus?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're close in. All right, everybody, carry on. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Great to be here.
And
What's this?
major
Oh,
events from
yes.
just to be sure you have it in your hand. Okay, just to be sure you have it. And all of you are going to get this, but you know what we have to do? Introduce ourselves. Okay? And so you can tell us whatever you want to tell us about your association with UConn in terms of what that role is, former student, and whatever else you want to say. If you want to talk about anything you were involved in, organizations, whatever else. Of course, your name, your hometown, your major. Did I put enough? Who's ain't right? Now I'm looking for the whiteboard, so get ready for it. I'm kidding. Usually this one right on the board. Everybody is ready to go? So, oh my gosh, this, you can't stop me, Ruth. Ruth Sales is one of the originals on the 50th anniversary committee. And let's give her a She is just amazing, and she's one of those people, whenever I call her, I don't even have to worry about her saying, I'm not sure. Yes, okay, what do you want? She usually will say, what do you want? And I'm like, okay, girl, this is what I want, okay? And she's like, okay, I'll take care of it, I'll be right there. And I asked Ruth and Leola to be our host tonight for this event, and they, let's give them a hand here. And they will be with us throughout the weekend. They're all in Nathan Hills, so you're going to be seeing a lot of them. So did I say enough to introduce you, or should I say?
Probably did. School of Social Work. I'm also on the African American Council. I'm also a adjunct professor at Elms College and as an uncut.
My name is Ken Taylor, class of 71, 74, 81. First one was electrical engineering, the others are biomedical. I live in Colorado now. And
Welcome back.
I'm sort of semi-retired. I left the corporate world in 2015 to do consulting. I teach at CU Boulder, University of Colorado Boulder. I'm on a couple of nonprofit boards, yada, yada, yada.
I'm Glenn Cassis, and this is my big brother.
I know.
He got me really involved here at UConn doing a number of things. He was my RA at one point.
Oh my God! That's the best. When he was also on the committee, just throwing it
Yeah, on the
out.
committee, I've been involved UConn for a number of years, and as a student, I was part of the Student Union Board of Governors, radio station. We did some radio station work. I was at Jorgensen Auditorium, and I'm retired now from state legislation, from education. And, I do a number of different things, from skiing and silver sneakers to a bunch of other things. I'm enjoying life.
Wait, you're skiing and he lives in Colorado.
Yes.
He comes out to visit me.
Oh, is that how?
You got weird stuff out
There you
there.
go.
That's pretty cool. So that really is your partner? You're a ski.
My ski partner.
Ski
partner.
Exactly. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good evening all, I'm Sean Kennedy, third generation Husky. I was going to Duck at the time, and I wanted to go anywhere but here. I looked at upstate New York, I looked at Ireland, I looked at the West Coast, East Coast, couldn't find it. Finally, after being bribed at lunch to my advisor to buy me lunch on campus, I toured UConn. And Tim St. James, you know him? He bribed me and said, oh, why don't you come to UConn, I'll buy you lunch. I said, all right, fine. So I come up here, met Dr. Price, fell in love with not just the center, but the campus as a whole. And I graduated 5 years ago. Well, I just found out the bursar, I owe 63 cents to the bursar. And then they'll release my diploma.
We need the money.
Yeah, I found that out, I got the call 2 days ago. So that's where my diploma's been. But anyway, so I gotta pay that 63 cents. And, but anywho, but it's been great. I'm native of Connecticut. I live now up in Boston. Just started a new job, manager in training for Joseph A. Banks.
Sean, you still at it?
Thanks, Sean.
Can I plug the photos?
Yeah, oh yes.
I can.
Please.
So Dr. Price was extremely kind, and if you guys know David Jackson, the extremely talented painter, we teamed up and did a gallery. So Dr. Price was kind enough for the center to have Blast of the Past. If anyone knows Chantel.
She's right here. She's here working anymore. She's be here tomorrow night.
Good.
Chantel, yes.
Well, tell her that that's titled My Angel, and that's Joy. And if anyone goes to the Statue of Liberty, that guy is still busking every day. So,
He was just so
thank you.
amazing. And you know what I love also about Sean? I know his practically your entire family. Because whenever Sean we'd have a gallery, his grandmother, his grandpa, all the nieces and nephews and everybody else would come. So I know all of them. When his grandfather walked in today, and I'm like, oh my God! gosh!
And it was actually his idea to frame them in the old windows. So it looks like you're looking through the
Isn't that great?
windows at a glimpse of somebody in their life. So thank you, Dr. Price.
Oh, my pleasure. Would you get people seated? Sean, baby. Yes, go ahead.
I'm Mr. Phil York, and I did my undergraduate here, I did my graduate work here. I was the assistant director of the Culture Center, and I also worked with the CAP program, which is now called the SSS program. And from there, I went on to Manchester Community College. I'm retired. I'm a playwright. I act.
We're so happy to have you back.
Rose Lovelace, and I work at the AACC too. I think it was.
Were you working with, when Liston was here,
When
they got
Liston
to go
was here.
together? Oh my gosh.
And then I went to the Institute for African American Studies. Now I'm retired.
We're so happy to see you, Rose.
Hi, my name is Larry Williams, and I am one of the admission officers right here at the university, and I've been here now for a number of years.
Would you
These
want to
guys,
share?
we were students.
Larry, how many years? Come on, come on.
Okay. I've been here in the admissions office about 43 years.
When, September?
September will be 44.
Oh, what a
And
blessing.
so I've started my undergraduate years here in 1969, graduated in 73 with my bachelor's, then went on to do some graduate work, master's in higher ed, also the 6-year professional diploma in higher education, okay, as well. And I've been here in admissions, coordinating a number of different programs, and also work with some of our diversity efforts, okay, as well. Just so you know, I mean, I was on the road this morning at 7 o'clock, driving down to New Haven, hosting a application day there at Gateway Community College. And there was about over 200 students there to apply, all right, to the University of Connecticut. So it's been a pretty long day for me, all right, but I'm certainly delighted to be here this evening with all of the alums, all right, and some of the alums that are here this evening. I probably read your applications. So
Thank you,
I love it.
Yeah.
all right, but this is a great university, and it has had a lot of growth. All right, over the years, I've seen a number of presidents here. When I was an undergrad, Babbage was the president.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and now Babbage is the library.
It's always good when a building gets named after you.
So, I mean, I've seen a lot of growth here, and we're certainly going to miss President Herbst, all right, because this has been the most growth and the most progressive time at the university that I have seen throughout my years here, all right, at the university. So special congratulations to all of you. All right, thank you.
My name is Mlamuli Hlachwayo. I'm a visiting scholar from South Africa, specializing in curriculum studies and transforming curriculum. I'm here for the fall season for research as well as teaching. I was speaking to the president. We've got a few challenges in South Africa post the apartheid period regarding experiences of black students, making sure we transform not only the infrastructure, the institutional culture, but also the way we teach our students and making sure we do so in ways that are inclusive and socially just. So part of being here as well with my colleague as well is not only just to teach and to research, but to also learn and to draw from the amazing work that is being done at UConn and to see to what extent we can do that as well in South Africa.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. He had said it all. Well, my name is Vuyani Boy. I'm from University of Fort Hare in South Africa, in the Eastern Cape province. And you can call me a liberation struggle historian.
Yes.
That is my field, that is my area of specialization. University of Fort Hare is where Nelson Mandela studied, is where Robert Mugabe studied, is where most of the African leaders, Southern Sahara, studied, and who later became the leaders of their own liberation movements. So that is where I'm coming from. At Fort Hare, I am responsible for the papers of Nelson Mandela. All right, and outside University of Fort Hare, I am the member of the Nelson Mandela Council, where I am presiding over all the gifts that he received from the peoples of the world immediately after he was released from jail. I'm glad to be here and to be part of this community. I will tell you one reason. It's because the African National Congress, that is the party of Nelson Mandela, actually got into a contract with this university. I think that was sometime in 2000, if not in 2002. There's a memorandum of understanding between University of Fort Hare and ANC and this university. And this university was given an opportunity by people of South Africa through the ANC to make sure that it is collecting all the archives and the records of the ANC in this part of the world. I've seen some of them, and I have seen. I also seen what is this? The oral history transcripts that were conducted and funded by in fact, oral history project that was funded by this university. So you can see the relationship that I'm having with this university.
Yes.
It's very much emotional. I've been saying to myself when I was going around trying to see what is happening, and I said to myself, hey, Mlamli, can you see that the black Africans here, they seem to be lonely? And we are also lonely. So I'm glad that I'm part of this.
Oh, we're so pleased.
I will always come during the week to see what is happening,
Please.
so that I become part of the society and part of the family.
We're absolutely
Thank
thrilled.
you.
And we want to see more of you.
Oh.
We know we will. We know we will. Go ahead.
Oh, hello, I'm Janaya. I'm a freshman here. I'm a biology major. Yeah, I'm very happy to be around such successful people. It's very inspiring, uplifting. I am a part of Voices of Freedom, and
We'll be hearing them.
And I'm the secretary of a new Christian group that's under the AACC called UConn Set Apart. So that's what I'm doing.
President's right over there.
My name is Leola McCory. I graduated from the School of Social Work in 1985. After completing my studies at UConn, I became a casework supervisor for the city of Hartford. I worked there for 20 years. After 20 years, I left and I went to the state of Connecticut, where I also retired as a supervisor. I left the state of Connecticut, went into the school the Harvard school system. I remained in the Harvard school system for 20 years. After 20 years, I retired.
For real?
You're sure? Everybody say that. Yes, I'm sure. Thank you.
My name is Fareed Rashid. I graduated cultural anthropology degree in 2008. Went back and got my MBA, not at UConn, but the AACC was like a second home to me when I was here. Dr. Price probably got sick of seeing me. I probably was here more than I was in my home dorm. I work for the AACC. I'm also an entrepreneur. My best friend and roommate and business partner with TNB, we host young professional events throughout Connecticut, networking events, parties, things of that nature. And yeah, this is an awesome weekend, and glad to be back.
Glad to have you. I'm gonna tell you something, if I didn't do black hair, my hair would be white with these two. Thank God for Clara, right? So we had so much fun together. Go ahead.
All right, everyone, my name is Jason. I graduated from here in 2009. While I was here, I was the president of BSA. I was a student manager of the AACC. So when Dr. Price said turn down the volume, I almost got up and did it. I was this close.
I love it.
So I was just really used to being here. I was here all the time. Once again, as Bree mentioned here, probably more than class. But it was a great time being here. I'm looking forward to working with all you guys this weekend.
Hi, my name is Quentin. I graduated in 2015 with an electrical engineering degree.
All right.
While I was here, I was a member. I joined the Alpha Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. I was also president of the MPHC, president of the National Society of Black Engineers, and a member of Engineering Ambassadors, which was an outreach group to get more minorities into engineering.
That's great.
My name is Donald Z. Smith. I was here during a time when there was a need for us to sit in. We sat in the library back in 1974. And the reason, sitting here and listening to Dr. Herbst talk, the president at that time would not meet with us, would not come out and meet with us. And that was troubling for us because we needed some issues addressed, and he wouldn't come out and meet with us. So what he did was send out the state police to take us out the library. And that started the reform for us to get to here now. So we were the cornerstone in starting that issue, getting that stuff addressed. So I was just happy that she was here talking with us right now, because back then he wouldn't meet with us. I graduated in 1981. I wasn't pre-med, and organic chemistry told me I wasn't going to be a doctor. So I left and went into computer school and stuff like that. So I'm a senior technology engineer at Travelers. I've been at Travelers for 42 years. I'm a true senior now, so at that age. And we had fun here, and we did a lot here, and it has grown a lot since I've been here. And I really enjoyed this university. I'm still in shape, so I will think about talking to the football coach and see if I can play because I need some help on defense. But I enjoy the school. I'm a graduate, and I really enjoy my time here, and I really like how this has evolved, and I really appreciate Dr. Price for inviting me to be here and being on the board.
Thank you so much. Whichever end.
Do you want me to talk? Hi, my name is Linda Ladd. I just came in from Florida today. I'm very happy to be back and to hear and meet everybody and hear what you guys are doing. Just listening to him, I'm right there with him. Graduated in '78. UConn definitely made me who I am. These are my sorors, and I met them here and spent much time with them. I have a lot of friends that are still my friends from here. I spent a lot of time in the Cultural Center and with Joanne Lewis, making sure that I got out of here. I spent 35 years as an educator, and I recently retired.
Good evening. My name is Yvonne Pennock, and I flew in with her from Florida today. And I remember when we were driving into campus, we were like, whoa, is this UConn? And it's changed a lot since we were here when we came in '73. And but it's wonderful to see. And so it's just I'm very excited. We were so looking forward to being here today, to see how the campus has changed and see how it's grown and how the university has embraced the African American community here. And like this man, I was in the library that night too, my freshman year, you know. And it was a scary thing, you know, to do that, but I see historically a very courageous thing to do. And I was so very proud to be part of that movement. And so I majored in urban studies, and I graduated in '78. And I went to work for the city of Hartford for 18 years, and in various positions there. And then just decided that I didn't like the cold anymore. And I moved to Florida. And so now I work for Orange County government in the budget office, and I've been there for 22 years. And I'm going to retire next year.
Very good. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Teresa Hopkins Staten, and I graduated in 1981. Was very active when I was on campus because many of the issues that you encountered continued during my tenure here at UConn. I was involved with the Committee Against Racism and any other organization that was mission to make a change and make this university more inclusive and welcoming of students who look like me. Very involved with the Cultural Center. It was a safe haven for me. Decided to pledge Delta, and yeah, and developed lifelong friends, and these are still my very, very close friends. I went to UConn Law School, graduated in 1984, and I currently work for Eversource Energy. I am the assistant co-chair of the African American Alumni Council. We've established a scholarship. I work very closely with Glenn and have worked very closely with Dr. Price since her tenure here, since she came here 25 years ago. And I can tell you that but for Dr. Price, we would not be sitting here. We would not see the growth. She has done so much for students of color and for this university, and it's just truly an unsung hero. And I am deeply indebted to you and grateful for you. And I am so happy to be here to celebrate this 50th anniversary, particularly commemorating Dr. Simons, who I think touched everybody's life sitting in here. And just looking forward to a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much.
Okay. My name is Robert Banks. How is everyone? How are you? I'm a graduate of the UConn School of Social Work. I graduated in 2002. I guess I'm not going to say much, but I'll say that it's wonderful to come back and see how the campus has grown. And I know some buildings that used to be are different now. So it's been a while, but it's wonderful to be and to see the participation. I mean, now I'm saying that people are now retiring. So I'm saying, I guess I have to think about that too, but not soon. Not soon. So it's good to be here, to be a part of the weekend. Alumni. Thank you.
So I'm Gertrude Banks. I met my husband here at UConn. So I'm grateful that.
It's nice to know.
Let's see, I graduated in 1980, undergraduate in the School of Education, and then I got my master's at UConn in social work. I was involved in it was called the Black Voices of Freedom. I also was involved in InterVarsity, and I did NAACP. I was president of that chapter, and I did a lot of various things. Met some lifelong friends. I think that's one thing about college. And college was very fun for me, and I met some lifelong friends. We'll be friends forever. And I think if I could say anything, that people don't know how college is such it's so important to have as much fun as you can, and also to learn as much as you can. Because when you get into the real world, there's a lot of different, it changes, life changes in a lot of different ways. But I'm happy to be here.
Hi everyone, I am Shayla Nunnally, and I am not an alumna of UConn, but I do teach here. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Political Science and the Africana Studies Institute, and I just wanted to be able to come by and see some of your faces that I've had the opportunity to work with the African American Alumni Council in the past, but also just seeing our Black alumni and knowing how important it is for your presence and how you connect to our students, but also what that has meant for a rich legacy for the university. So I sincerely wish to congratulate everyone in being here, but also Dr. Price and the work that you've done and making sure that the center is integral for our students' learning and our cultural experience, but also to acknowledge these 50 years and what they have meant for the presence of Black people on this campus too. And just to share as well with the Africana Studies Institute, next year we will have our 30th anniversary. So thank you to you all. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mo Cotton Kelly. I'm the Vice President for Alumni Relations here at UConn. Again, not an alum, but I feel like I bleed blue for so many reasons. I work with Teresa and a number of people, Glenn with the American Alumni Council, with Lena. Chris Dias really carries a lot of the water. So I would like to recognize her for all her work as well, because it was when we came and we evolved a lot of things. She has been our steadfast leader, and so it's a pleasure to be here. We have about 14 events happening this weekend, so I'll be in and out, but I will be with all of you hopefully all weekend in some part. Welcome back for those of you who haven't been back in a little while, but this is just a really significant anniversary, and I love to see this energy and to see this compassion, and hoping our students who are here really do take some moments and engage with all of you alums, because it goes by, your 4 years goes by like this, and what you do after that and how those connections maintain are really important. So thank you alums for coming back and wanting to be a part of this incredible celebration.
Hello. Hello, I'm Deanna East. I am a sophomore, a molecular and cell biology major, pre-med or pre-PA track. I am a member of WISO and the president of UConn Set Apart Ministries, which is a new ministry on campus under the umbrella of the AACC. And it's basically a Christian ministry tying in the fundamentals of the Black American dynamic that came out of every other cultural group has a Christian club, and I just thought it would be so nice to have a Christian club for Black people. Obviously anyone can join, but this is just emphasizing the Black American dynamic, and so Black people can, anyone can see their struggles and see their identities within Christianity and faith, because it's so important to have faith in a time like this. So it's just to keep that in mind and to encourage and uplift one another. So Dr. Price is the advisor.
I'm Mel Bailey. Excuse me, I live here in the community. And I'm the husband. We came here in 1971, so that makes us probably the oldest. I don't know. But I ended my career as a vice president for academic affairs and retired in 1996. So it's very nice to see you. Thank you.
And you know what, I gotta say, who was the person who hired me? So if anybody want to blame, you just go right back to him. But he was just so marvelously gracious to me when I came in looking for a job. And we talked, and of course now the rest is history. So I always have such fun memories and warm feelings about Malta as well as Leon. But he's the one who bit the bullet and said, okay girl, come on. And I'm like, I'll be here. But little do we know I'd be 25 years later, right? Did we know that? We didn't know that, but we're very grateful to you, sir, for your service and for hiring me. Okay. Chris, you want to introduce, please?
As Mo said, I'm Chris Dias. I'm with Alumni Relations, and I have the pleasure of working closely with the African American Cultural Center and the African American Alumni Council. Both my pleasure. Thank you all.
So good evening everyone, my name is Sean Samuels. I came to UConn in 2007, straight from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm a proud product of the Student Support Services program here, and I graduated in 2013 with my bachelor's degree in psychology, and then I moved towards getting my master's degree in social work from the University of Connecticut in the West Hartford campus. I know they're located in Hartford now, so I went there. It was pretty nice, pretty cool and everything. Throughout my time, I've been really utilizing my social work skills to really get engaged and involved in the community across the state of Connecticut, from looking out for clients in the New Britain communities, Hartford, Bloomfield, Bristol, East Windsor, and also even helping with academic advising students here at UConn through the SSS program 10 years later. It's really, really great to see you guys all here. It's really, really great to see, just how many different, years and how many different experiences we all have had, through this one African American Cultural Center, and, the changes, that it's made for a lot of us and the lives that it's really affected. Dr. Price, she has helped so many of us throughout our years, and it's so crazy to see like many different generations and variations and different cultures of individuals really coming here to today, this weekend, to celebrate the 50th anniversary. It's just an amazing experience to see and really hear everyone's story, and I'm a proud member of this AACC, and it's very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Everybody? Outstanding. Carlton, did you introduce? I'm not sure if you were doing some work. Please introduce, sir.
Well, that was a hard act to follow. But my name is Carlton Steer. I'm currently a senior here. VP, Center Primary Teacher at the University of Connecticut. Also a staff member. We're getting AACC. And also part of the football team. So I take your compliment for the defense.
All right, we're just handing out a list of the major events for 2018-19, and that's just some of them. So many are yet to come, but these are the ones we have all the contracts signed and everything. And you look down, I was about to say scroll down. Look down and you're going to see Gladys Knight. Midnight Train to Georgia. She's going to be coming back. Okay, in February 20th, in fact, so just put that on your calendars because you probably don't want to miss that event. And there are many, many other events that are coming up that I think you will be just really love to see. Bree Newsom was, that's for the opening of Black History Month. She was a young lady who climbed the flagpole in Charlotte to take down the Confederate flag. You might remember that. And she's just absolutely amazing and a great, great speaker. And Simone Sanders, who was, I think she was someone on Bernie Sanders' campaign. She was his campaign manager or something, or communications. Those are going to be two amazing shows, and we don't want you to miss those. Those are all for events. They are all for events. What'd you say?
Is Sweet Honey on the Rock the one that sang and sing?
Oh, Bree Newsom is wait a minute, what sign?
Sweet Honey in the Rock. Are those the singers that sign and sing?
I'm not sure they very well may.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've seen them a number of times. They usually come back through the Jordan Center about every 2 years.
Okay.
So it very well may, that may be the case. But we can always arrange that if it needs to be, if there's somebody who needs to service. But again, there are lots of programs, lots of activities. This does not even include all of the 33 student organizations that are under the center. Some of you remember back when you came, you had the ASA, African Students, WISO, Black Students Association. Those were the first organizations that came out of the Black House back on Gilroy Way. Right. And now we have, like I said, about 33. And continuing to grow. So we're very excited. So I want you to know, some of you are going to be at the gala tomorrow at 6. Don't miss it, because we have an extraordinary jazz trio combo to play from 6 to 7 at the reception. At 7 to whenever we finish, we have the awards and the dinner and the gala program. And then after that, the after party, if you're inclined to do that. So it's going to be a full event. Tonight also at 8 o'clock at the Jurgensen Auditorium, Kathleen Battle will be performing Underground Railroad. And I'm going to, when you see me disappear, you'll know I'm headed over to the Jurgensen, because I have to meet her and some other things. Because tomorrow night, we are conferring an honorary degree to Kathleen Battle. She was supposed to get it at commencement, and she had, one of her family members fell ill, and she couldn't come, and so President decided, Lena, do you want to do it at your event? And I was like, yeah, bring it. Okay. And so don't be thinking like this might be a long thing. It's like 6 minutes for that part of the program, and then we go right back to what we do. So all I can say is, all in all, we are just excited to have all y'all back. We want you to come to everything. Sunday, it is a chicken and waffles brunch. Y'all don't want to miss it. Deanna's going to be speaking, and there's some other people going to be speaking, and Dr. Reverend Claudette Copeland from San Antonio is going to be coming. She's going to be the one who is bringing the message. And interestingly, Dr. Reverend Copeland is Glenn's wife's roommate from back when they were here.
Shippy home.
Shippy home. So we're going to be closing the gap on so many memories. Isn't that nice? Claudette Copeland. Did you know her? Did you know Teresa?
Come on, gentlemen, let's be gentlemen. We're not going to talk about shit.
Black Voices of Freedom. She's
one of the original Black Voices of Freedom. And now the Voices of Freedom. And they're going to again be performing Saturday night and also Sunday the brunch. So, and the brunch is, we want y'all to come. So please come. Okay, there's lots of food. I've been cooking all day. I just want you to know this. And there's lots of food over there, and I want you to get, because it's a lot. So get a lot. Get some food and mix and mingle and renew and replenish and enjoy. Thank you.
Yes,